add all of them in my bowl with the minced meat. You can use lamb meat, you can use beef meat, it's up to you, minced meat. So this is about 500 grams of minced meat. So I'm adding in my ginger and my garlic. And next I'm going to add 2 pieces of egg. So the eggs are going to help us in binding the balls, for us to have that circular shape and to hold the ingredients together. And then I'm going to add in about 1 tablespoon of olive oil, about 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of oil. And then I will add 2 teaspoons of curry powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika. So I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons curry powder, 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of curry powder, and 1 teaspoon of paprika, and half a teaspoon of black pepper. So we are going to give a good mix to the ingredients. Wash your hands, keep them clean, and then mix them well. So half a teaspoon of black pepper. Now I'm going to mix them. Just mix them well. I'm also going to add in 1 teaspoon of salt, and then we are going to leave this mixture to stay chilled for about 30 minutes. Make our sauce for the meatballs. I have my ingredients here ready. I have already prepared them. So I have 2 pieces tomatoes, 4 cloves garlic, 1 piece of onion, half a piece of yellow bell pepper, and half a piece of green bell pepper. So I'm going to place all of this in my blender, and I'm going to blend this with a little bit of some water, and then we are going to put it onto our pan. So I'm just adding all of my ingredients in the blender. And then I'm going to add in a bit of water. Okay, so from my blender I've just added my mixture into my pan. My pan had some oil in it, and now we're going to add in tomato paste and just give this time to boil and to simmer. We're going to add in tomato paste and 1 teaspoon cumin and 1 teaspoon coriander. So I'm just gonna give this a good stir. Now I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. That's 1, 2, and then I will add in cumin spice, 1 teaspoon. So my cumin spice here, I will add in 1 teaspoon. And my coriander, I will add in 1 teaspoon as well. Coriander spice here, I will add in 1 teaspoon. Now I'm going to stir my sauce for our meatballs. And salt, we are going to add half a teaspoon of salt. So we are just going to adjust our salt as the sauce is simmering. So this is how our sauce is looking like right now. We are just going to give this a few minutes so our spices and our vegetables can be well cooked. So I will cover this for a few minutes and then check on it and adjust my flavors. So after leaving my sauce for about 6 to 7 minutes, I adjusted my salt. I added a bit of salt. It was less salty, and because of the sourness of the tomatoes and the tomato paste, I added 1 tablespoon of sugar, which is optional. At this point you can add in coriander, dhania, this aside, and then work on our meatballs, and then we'll come back to our sauce and cook them together with our meatballs. At this point I'm going to cook my spaghetti. I added water in my pan, added some oil and salt, and added in my spaghetti. I have cooked them for about 7 to 8 minutes. We want them al dente. We don't want to overcook our spaghetti. After they have been cooked, you're going to strain it and run cold water over your spaghetti, and there you have it. Set it aside. After about 30 minutes, now we are going to roll our minced meat mixture into round balls, forming our meatballs. So I'm just going to use this spoon for scooping. I will scoop. Make sure you oil your hands with oil so that it will not be sticky. So that it will not be sticky when you are rolling your meat into a ball. So we just want to roll it round like this to form a nice ball. And on this plate I have corn flour, just to ensure that our meat is well sealed, and also to give that brown color when we will fry our meatballs. So I have my meat mixture here. I have corn flour. Then when you have already coated them with corn flour, you set them aside. So just scoop, roll with your hands into a round shape like this, and then place on your plate. Roll it over the corn flour. Ensure it is well coated and set it aside. So one final step, scoop with your spoon, oil your hands with oil, and then roll it round, as you can see me doing, like this, into a round shape like this, and then roll it over the corn flour. Ensure it's well coated, and then set it aside. So you're going to repeat this procedure all the way until you finish the rest of your meat. Finally, we are going to give it a second coating. Try and shape it again with the corn flour. Try and shape it into a round ball. This is the final stage. And then now we're going to fry them. So just repeat the process all over again. Be patient. It's going to be yummy. So I have my oil here. It's already hot. Now we are going to fry our meatballs. So I have my meatballs here, the ones we've coated. Okay, now I'm going to place them into the pan carefully and just give them a few minutes to cook on one side, and then we are going to turn them. So I'm just placing my balls in my hot oil. Give them a few minutes, and then we are going to turn them slowly. So just give them a few minutes and then we're going to turn them. So after the meat has cooked for a few minutes, I just turn them. So you just turn them carefully and wait for them to cook on all sides. So this is how our meatball is looking like. You wait for them to cook on all sides. So at this point, I'm going to add in a little bit of butter. My butter here, just to add in more flavor to our meat. And then we are going to give them more time to cook as well. About 10 minutes and our meatballs are ready, so I'm going to remove them and set them aside so we can finish the last batch. So drain the oil from the meatball. This is how they are looking like, the meatballs. Just drain the excess oil. This is how our meatballs are looking like, so yummy already. Going to add in our meatballs to our sauce, to our meatball sauce. So yeah, so I'll just add them in one by one and then give them time to cook. So I just add them in, give them a good stir. Now we are going to give this sauce with our meatballs a few minutes of cooking cream to my sauce, just a little bit, and give it a good stir. So this is the final look for our meatballs. So yummy. Give it a try and serve it with whatever carbs you like, rice or spaghetti, anything you like, serve it with. At this point you can add your coriander, give it a few minutes and enjoy. Subscribe to my channel, try out the recipes and share them to your friends and families. Until next time, goodbye.